Hi. Welcome to a moment in time with Taylor. I should not be streaming right now. I am really tired, but I have committed to go live every single day, 7 days a week, for 3 hours a day, and I've only been live for about an hour and a half today, so here comes another hour and a half. Actually, a little bit more, because I was like 12 minutes short on content yesterday, so it's going to be like an hour and 45 minutes. It's going to get weird. We're going to talk about stocks. We're going to talk about value investing. We're going to talk about a lot of the stuff that I love to talk about. Hayden was the first comment to the broadcast on Periscope. We are live on Periscope and on YouTube. And Periscope is where I go live every day. So you'll see me here live on YouTube a bunch too, but not as much as Periscope. So make sure you're following me over there on Twitter. And YouTube is the best place to find things organized by category. So if you like some of my streams but not all of them, and you just want to watch the ones in the category you like, check out YouTube, because you can watch my investing streams or my ASMR streams or my yoga streams all separately. So caffeine is key. I don't really drink caffeine actually, so we're just gonna be a little bit delirious tonight. Hayden, I was just comparing myself to you. I was laughing uncontrollably. I sounded like it was just like a wheezing air windy laugh, and I was like, I sound like Hayden right now. And also, the end, my thumbnail of my last broadcast, Ed immediately texted me. It was like, you look like you got stung by a wasp in Animal Crossing. Hi, Tim. Hi, Pearl. Ooh, now this I can get into. Yeah, it's stocks, but then it's also like my last broadcast, they were like, wait, you're talking about stocks? You're talking about socks? We got talking about socks too much. Lots of things about socks. It was not comfortable. So then I put the sock emoji in the title there. On YouTube, I just called it Stocks, Investing, Delirium, something like that. I don't even know. Can we play the feud instead of Survivor and Stocks? No. You can. Go do what you want to do. Okay, Brie. Thanks, Tim. Let's get weird. Were you crying? I was crying. Cry laughing? My YouTube's the same. Next Juice. Nex Juice. Juice. And I'm live on there right now, so if you go look on YouTube, you'll see it. Also, if you just click the link in my profile, all my social media links are on the top of the page. Hi, Sean. I'm calling you delirious. Just my laugh was like you, just like the way that you laugh. And also, you do seem a little delirious sometimes. You don't drink coffee either, yeah. Socks. Michael, thank you for sharing this out. No, I cannot. Even though I have pulled everything out 3 weeks ago, I still watch everything. What does that mean? Oh, the market. Okay, yes. You pulled everything out 3 weeks ago, so you sold 3 weeks ago. Interesting. Great time to start researching stocks before the recovery. Correct. I mean, I think that's correct. Whatever. Do whatever you guys want to do. I'm not a financial advisor. This is definitely not financial advice. I'm probably not in a good state to even be plugging numbers into a spreadsheet right now, but I'm going to. This is for your entertainment. This is for your education. This is for us to hang out as a community and talk and learn from each other, but this is not financial advice. I don't know your financial situation, and I'm not certified or qualified or trained in telling you what you should do. I'll share a little bit about what I do here and there, but I'm not you. You're not me. You should be grateful for that right about now. Because I think I'm going crazy. Okay. You have $1,000 to invest? Okay. Don't tell me what to do. Okay. I won't. That's exact. You get it. I won't tell you what to do. It's exactly what this broadcast is not. This is not me telling you what to do. Okay, hang on. I'm going to miss comments for a second because I have to figure out what company I wanted to research first, because I didn't look that up before going live. Don't judge me. At least I'm here, right? Viacom CBS. My last broadcast was about Survivor. Viacom CBS is below $13 a share right now. It was at $42 a share in January. So that's one to look at, I would say. I just was reading about that, I think in Forbes today, or Fortune, and they own CBS, and I think CBS has got a lot of major shows with a lot of big fan base, like Survivor, like Big Brother. I don't know anything else. That I don't watch TV. I watch those shows and I like them. So I like to also look at companies that I like, that I use, that are consumer facing. So might not be your style. Totally fine. I lost a bit the first week it started going down. Only Judge Osty. Hi, Berto. What stock should I invest in your opinion? So here's what I think you should do. And I'm not giving you my opinion or advice, but I think that you should invest in what you want to invest in after you have done your due diligence and your research, and it's a company that you like, that you would want to own. So think of it like, I only want to own a company. I only want to own one share of a company that I would want to own that whole company. You're voting with your dollars. You're supporting this company. You're saying, I want this company to survive, and I think it will into the future. So it's what I like and what you like aren't always going to be the same. Now, I know that Hizo probably likes CBS as well, because I know he's a Survivor fan as well. But I also like Twitter. Yeah, you use Periscope, you're on here, but I'm on Periscope a lot, right? Every single day, 7 days a week, 3 hours a day for over 3 years in a row. So I love me some Twitter. And I bought it at the end of 2017, and it's up still, even despite all the pandemic uncertainty. I'm hoping it actually goes down a little bit more, because I'll probably buy, if it goes down to $18, I'm buying more of it. I don't even care. I regret not buying more of it when it was at $18 in 2017. So I think it's at like $22 right now or something. So I want it to just keep going down, which is how value investors and long-term investors like myself want. We want our stocks to go down in the short term so we can buy more, and then they can go up, later once we bought as much as we have an appetite to buy. How do you start trading? What do you mean by that? So I don't do day trading. So if you mean just like buying stocks, you would want to open up an account with a brokerage. So that's pretty much the answer to that. I use E-Trade. You can use anyone that you want. Yeah, the markets, yep. I'm going to invest in McDonald's because I like their fries. If you own an index fund, you might even own some of McDonald's already as it is. How can you start trading on your own? Yep, same answer. Heck yeah. I tell people who want to start investing is start at something that something that produces something like food, etc. Sean's probably been doing this a lot longer than me, so if you want to listen to him, you can do that too. All right, so I'm going to take one of my old spreadsheets. So I'm going to take Netflix, which we did the other night, and I'm going to make a copy. And we're going to call this one Viacom CBS VIAC. So I write the name of the company and the ticker. I'm going to close my Netflix one. This is how I use it. This is how I do it. I just use Google Sheets, right? And sometimes I run more numbers back than this. Sometimes I don't. Kind of depends on the mood I'm in, how many comments I'm getting when I'm live, because I usually do this stuff live. Like I said, it's kind of for fun. It's interesting to me. This isn't how I make the most of my money, and the vast majority of my investments are in an index fund, in a what's called VTI is the sticker that I have, which is a Vanguard Total Market Index Fund. There are lots and lots of stocks just like that with different fund managers and different levels of risk and everything, but it's, to me, a low-risk investment, a much lower risk investment than buying individual companies. So I get most of my advice for investing from Phil and Danielle Town. Phil Town is a longtime investor. He owns his own fund, or he has his own fund, and then Danielle is his daughter. They both wrote books. She wrote a book called Invested, which I was recommended from a friend of mine who makes a lot of money and invests a lot of money, and his parents and his father and grandfather have been having good success in the stock market for generations. So I try to take my advice from people who seem to kind of know what they're talking about, and they're not like too flashy. So I have another friend who's an investor who I love very dearly, but is a lot more risky. He's got a really large appetite for risk, which is not my style. And it's just it's like a whole different vibe. So this other friend recommended me this book, Invested. I loved it. And then I found out that her father wrote his own book called Rule 1 Investing. So that's the type of investing I do. Rule number 1, according to Warren Buffett, who is the CEO and president and chairman of Berkshire Hathaway, and one of the most successful investors in the world, in human history, he says rule number 1 is don't lose money, and rule number 2 is don't forget rule number 1. So that's our intention, is to buy a company with a good margin of safety built into the price. We want to buy things on sale. We want to buy a $10 bill for $5. Right? We want a 50% sale if we can find it. Because then, even if we're, everything we think is good about the company, if something goes wrong, we've built in a little wiggle room so that we can protect our money as best as possible. So this is the intention is for it to be very low risk, very unexciting. We're not you know what I mean? This isn't something that, this isn't Forex, this isn't day trading. So when someone said, how do I start trading? If you're trying to make short-term gains, that's not at all what I'm talking about here. I started with nothing, no degree, etc. I watched, learned, looked at history, mathematics, etc. That applies to it. I'm reading a book by Benjamin Graham currently. Okay, awesome. What book is it? I was joking. Oh, yeah, well, I wasn't. I'm pretty sure I'm asleep right now. Tell people. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to go. Then the next step here is you go to NASDAQ.com. I just try not to do everything on my screen in case some weird personal website comes up or something. sounded like porn. Okay, so Viacom CBS is my new page. Now I need to fill in all those blanks. So I'm going to go over to the NASDAQ. I just typed in NASDAQ.com here at the top. Oh, you can't actually see the top, I don't think. It's this, NASDAQ.com. Then you go over, type in your symbol, hit enter. Ooh, wait a second. So what did we find here already? We found something interesting. Class A and Class B. I do not particularly care for stocks that are like this because it's complexity. So I don't love complexity. I'm not a full-time investor. I don't study this stuff day and night. I do enjoy like seeing what's going on in the news, seeing what some of the guys that do spend their full time doing this, what kind of companies they have an eye on. If it's a company I recognize, if it's a company I've used, I'm more interested in it, something like CBS. So I'll check it out, but already I'm a bit opposed to this, like, because really it's about low risk, right? So if it's complex, if it's difficult to understand, if it takes tons of research, to me it's kind of like, I don't really love that. I'll just put my money into the index fund. I'm also trying to save money up right now to buy my first home and potentially use that as an investment property. So not really loving this so far. This reminds me, it also gives me like weird flashbacks to Google. So I was doing a whole valuation on Google, and the stock for Google, or I should say for Alphabet, which is Alphabet Inc., which owns Google, and the stock ticker is Goog, G-O-O-G. And I'm like almost all the way through my spreadsheet, and then I see G-O-O-G-L, Google, and they have a Class A stock, a Class B stock, and a Class C stock. And Class B, I believe no one can buy except like the owners. It's like, it's not publicly traded or something, but which is fine if it's something easy to understand like that. But then A and C were very confusing to me because I was like, what is the actual, like, which part of the net income or the gross revenue applies to which of these stocks, right? They don't have separate financials for each of them, although maybe they do on the NASDAQ. I didn't look at that before, so we're going to look at that now. Hi, Kieran. Hey, Nelson, thank you. Alrighty. For those of you just joining us, I am asleep, so bear with me. Hi. I didn't get enough sleep last night. It was a long day. Didn't get much work done or sleeping done, and now I'm like kind of out of it, and I'm also PMSing, so there's a lot of energy going on right now. Let's look at some stocks. This is a great time to try to be rational. Okay, let's take a look. So let's look at the Class A via CA and just like get a feel for their financials and see what we're looking at here. When I looked earlier, the stock I looked at that was below $13 was VIAC, but I just want to see. So this says 27.8 million. And so does this. See, this is what I don't understand. Like, which stock, like, is this the same? Are you getting both if you buy one? I feel like no, but they report the same revenue. So it's like, which shareholders, like if I own VIAC, what do I get that VIACA doesn't get, and vice versa? But we can still plug in the numbers. I can probably Google it, but right now I'm not going to. Hi, Anthony, how are you? Hugs to you as well. So we're just going to assume all the numbers are the same, and we're going to plug them into the spreadsheet. Oh, hell yeah. Voting rights? Maybe. Like, maybe there are, maybe, like, one of them actually isn't really available for my personal purchase. We're talking about socks. Did you see the socks in the title? Stocks? Socks? Juice? Money? Who knows what's happening right now. Okay, here we go. So let's go to the net income, which is on the bottom of here. So I kind of like jumped the gun on this, guys. So when you go to the NASDAQ, you hit the ticker, right? Pick the one that you want. Usually there's only one. In this case, there was two. It happens sometimes. So when I picked the one that I wanted, here, let me start over. Let's start over. VIAC. This is the one I want. Get rid of this thing at the top. Okay. Oh, it's bringing me right to where I already was. See, it says search for financials. Let's start over because I want you guys to see, so you can navigate this yourself with companies that you're interested in, because, like I said, what I like and what you like isn't always going to be the same. Kieran, thank you for the super hearts. Kieran knows what I'm talking about too. We had a deep discussion the other day about what we like. Our club, hey. So VIAC, we're gonna go with this one. And okay, so this is the page you'll land on initially, right? The chart, you can look back however long, 5 years ago, the max. You can look at all this, what is considered key data. And then if you're like me and you just like your life to be really difficult and you just want to do whatever Phil Town says to do, you click financials and you put it in your own spreadsheet and you create your own key data. So there's 3 main sheets that we're interested in: the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. So we're going to go to the income statement. We're going to go down to the bottom. We're going to find the net income, and we're going to plug that in. Before we go through that, I just want to see this right up here will tell you if it's in a different number than you're seeing here. So this isn't actually $13 million here. It's actually $13 billion because it's in thousands. So it's 13 million thousands. We lost Casey, I bet. Oh, thanks, Mark. I appreciate that. Our club. Hi. Is it a time thing? Yeah, for sure. For sure. In a way. Yeah. Okay, I shared a lot, so if you guys are like, what the heck's going on? You're not wanting to make spreadsheets and get into all this yet. I've done other broadcasts. You can go to my YouTube channel and go to my investing playlist and watch other videos where I did more introductory type material. And then also just go to my Twitter page. I was tweeting out. I was reading a lot of Fortune and Forbes today, so I was tweeting out and retweeting and following people that are right for these companies. I was sharing information out from them, like what an ETF is, and do you want to invest in a market right now, and what companies might you want to look at. So different ideas there, different articles, all short, easy reads that you and very in down to earth layman's terms that you can check out too on my Twitter page if you want, which is the same as on here. Next Juice, NEX Juice, JUICE. Roberto, thank you, gracias for the super hearts. Thank you, 7867. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of you guys. All right, we got some good energy for stocks tonight. I can feel it coming in the air. And I'm gonna wake up the kids. Shh. Why do I seem drunk? Being overtired and being intoxicated to me are very similar experiences, except I don't get a hangover when I wake up. I just feel really good when I'm overtired and I wake up and then I'm like, yeah, I slept. That was awesome. Thank you. Okay. I think I already said thank you to you. Let's get back to work. 3308. All right. Net profit. Wait, let's make sure it's 2019. Make sure we got our numbers. 2019. Excellent. 3308. Three, 4, 5, 5. 2321. Have you seen the deer on the plastic slide video to that song? No, what is that? Wait, what? 1261. Okay, so these are interesting numbers. So these numbers here, this increase from year to year, in a perfect world, in our ideal company, we want a company that's increasing an average of 10% per year, which is difficult to do the larger the company is, right? It's harder to keep growing and growing. And I know our club said, like, it shouldn't be about maximizing growth, right? It should just be about having a good core company and doing what you do the best that you can do it. And growth shouldn't be the main priority. As an investor, growth is kind of what you want, unless you're prioritizing dividends, which again isn't the strategy that I'm doing here, because I want my stock value and the value of the company to increase so that my money that I put in makes me more money. See, it's different than like buying something, right? This isn't like I'm going to buy something, I get an exchange of pizza for that money. It's I'm putting money into it and now my money is giving me more money. That's the idea of an investment, right? I want to turn my money into more money. And it's not like I'm buying a house and then trying to manage that house and turn that house to give me more money. This is something where I'm giving someone else my money and saying, I really hope that you do good with this company and make me more money on this. So it's an interesting thing. I meant time thing with A or B. Time? What do you mean? How do you do a stock? What do you mean? You must YouTube it immediately. It's hilarious. Can you DM it to me? I'm so tired right now. Who's the best investor of all time? Charlie Munger? Warren Buffett? I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so on to gross revenue. La, 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 la. 27812. Growth is what makes stocks go up, no doubt. Just made my social commentary the other night. Yeah, no, and I totally agree with you on that. But here we are, hoping for growth. 27250. I didn't finish making my point either. So we have 84% growth, 48% growth. These numbers are absolutely amazing, stupendous, holy bejesus numbers, especially for a company that's already large, for it to be growing that much in its net profit. I mean, this is bottom line. If you're new to business, your net profit, so you have all the money that comes in, minus your expenses, that's your net profit. I mean, that's the money that you're left over with. That means that you did a good job, right? That's the primary thing a business needs to do, is make a profit to keep itself in existence and going. So 84% return, 49% return, excellent number. I'm sorry, not return. These are growth, right? So to have, the numbers don't necessarily matter. We'll look at return on equity in a minute, which is the most important number. We want to see what kind of like return we're getting on the equity invested into the company. But in terms of just growth, consistent growth that we look at as potential investors, these numbers are beautiful. This number to go down 4% after that, I don't really care about too much, because these other numbers are so massive that it's not really a big deal to me. So let me finish plugging in these numbers and I'll catch up on your comments. 26535 and 13166. So that's interesting. They doubled their revenue from this year to the next. Then it was only a 2% growth, and then 2% growth as well. Now, this number is not super impressive, so that you increased your gross revenue by 2%, but you decrease your profit by 4%. Not highly impressive. This is very impressive, though. So you increase your revenue by only 2%, but you increase your net profit by 48%. That means you're increasing efficiency, right? That means you're doing something right. That you only had to make a little bit more money to keep a lot more money. That's pretty cool. And there's a lot of nuance to this as well. So other things could be happening, right? They could be moving money around with taxes and what works best for them. They could be, what I was just going to say isn't relevant to these numbers, though. That's an example of something that could be happening here. They can sometimes invest a lot of capital into something, so we do run some of those numbers as well. So we'll get to that in a minute. What's your question, Cher? What's the first thing that you're like, I don't know what this means? Hitting the Control-C and Control-V right now? You can. I would be hitting Control-Shift-V. I guess I could do that. What streaming does Viacom own? CBS. Hi, Deli Kurt. What's up? And I think, if I'm not wrong, is CBS the channel that has the 24-hour sports streaming channel now? Live sports commentary, which probably is really challenging for them right now, because they just launched this and now there's no sports going on, except in Belarus. Have you guys heard that Belarus is just screw it, we don't even care? The president of Belarus was like, I see no viruses. Do you see viruses? We have no viruses here. I see nothing in the air. What, bro? What's up, dude? What now? And he's at a hockey game and everything's just business as usual there. I don't know, just got here. Okay. All right. Well, if you have a question, just ask me and I'll try to explain it. I want to help people like you, what content are they doing live? Yes. Yep. So, Survivor, Big Brother in terms of primetime edited shows, but they have streaming services too. So they have CBS All Access, where you can stream all their shows. Can you be my future wife? No. What about BA? What about BA? I don't know what you mean. Is that a ticker? Okay, so equity is on the balance sheet. The bottom here. Not the total bottom, but close, which is our total equity, this line right here. 13,207. Okay, you want me to do control? Oh, but it has commas and it's so ugly. Let's see if it looks nice, though. Control-Shift-V. Yeah, see, it's putting dollars in. I just don't want it. Oh wait, no, dollars I already have in there. I guess it's okay. I do have to click up top. I can't figure out what takes more time. Should we time it? I don't know how to time it. It's definitely less likely to have a mistake, though. Okay, let's do it this way. I like it, Art Club. You're always improving me and helping me and challenging me to grow, which is really impressive at a time like this because I am tired as heck and I'm PMSing. I had a long day and I just feel like I can't believe I was open-minded at all. But I'm glad. I've been working on positivity a lot since I read that book, The Happiness Advantage by Sean Aker. I reviewed it yesterday, I believe, if you guys want to check it out. It's on YouTube and Periscope. Really, 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 really great book I'm really passionate about. And talks about how when we're more positive, we can be more open-minded and creative. So that's good stuff. And also, when I was cleaning my desk, I found a bunch of temporary tattoos that I have that I did not bring up in the conversation when I was giving all the choices for tattoos on my face. So that's my bad. I needed to uncover it from the... I haven't counted yet, but there was literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books on my desk. Just covering everything. Every surface of my desk was covered in 16 books. I don't want to be rude or anything, but you look like you haven't slept for a minute. I have the same spreadsheet. I don't think their radio division survived. Not sure it still exists. BA means bachelor's degree. I don't think that's what he was asking about. You've been annoyed all day today, too. Do you track your menstrual flow? Because I think I'm like 2 or 3 days from my period, so watch out. I worked 16 hours last night. I'm on 5 hours. Yeah, me too. Yep. I'm on, I tried to take a nap earlier. I'm thinking maybe I got an hour during that nap, but it was like a very crappy hour. And those 5 hours last night, I think I got 5.5 hours last night, were also very crappy. One of the boys was in bed with us and he kept like kicking me and like, it was a rough night. The morning homeschooling went fine, but the kids have been stuck home all day, every day for weeks now, like 2 weeks, and they're at each other's throats all the time. So there's a lot of like, intervention that needs to occur, and then trying to kind of, you balance it. So you have like Ed's style of intervention, my style of intervention, a style of parenting, right? So we're both kind of like trying to navigate each other and the kids are navigating everything, and it can just be like a lot. But it's okay. And then all of a sudden you're their teacher as well. You're not just their parent now, you're like homeschooling them. So, and usually I can sleep in, so it's fine, but I now homeschool them in the mornings, so we start school at 9. How to lower the blood pressure. Watch my book review about The Happiness Advantage. Lots of good stuff in there. Today we're talking about stocks. I was thinking badass too, Chip. I'm glad someone else thought that. Okay, Boeing. That makes more sense. Oh, he wrote Boeing, and I thought he was making some kind of perverted reference, but he meant Boeing. Oh my god, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to ignore you. Okay, Boeing. I don't know about Boeing. I haven't run an evaluation on them yet. Haven't slept in 26 hours. Well, then you're definitely not going to understand anything that I'm talking about right now, but that's fine. All right, so now we're going on to, let's look at these. So equity, these numbers, this company, just looking at these numbers here, I'm feeling like this company's a little bit volatile, but I would really need to pull more historical numbers to know for sure. However, like I said, I'm saving up a lot of cash right now to buy a house, and I'm probably not going to buy this company. If I run these numbers, and it is on a 50% discount from what I think a fair price would be just based on the numbers alone, I'm going to have to do more digging, because I might have to pull the trigger on that, because I love me some CBS. So I don't watch much TV, but the only 2 TV shows that I watch are both on CBS, and CBS uses Twitter a lot, so they kind of like feed to each other. So, and I like Twitter, and I own Twitter, so we'll see. We'll get there. So if that happens, then I'll have to dig deeper. I'll have to study the management. I'll have to study, what's going on. I'll have to read their annual reports, listen to their quarterly calls, really like dig in. And the rebound will probably happen, potentially before I'm able to do all that. So I'm going to have to really prioritize that like this weekend if I decide that I'm going to do that, and then hopefully pull the trigger on Monday if the price is still right. Les Moonves. I can't imagine I'm hearing same for my brothers that have kids. Yeah, most days are fine, but it's when I don't manage my time well. So there was one day it was like a well-oiled machine. So I got up, I did school with the kids. Ed came home from like some appointment he had or something, because he still has to work, and then when he got home, I was like, all right, I'm going to go down and I'm going to stream. I came down, I did some streaming, then I came up, I spent time with them, we had like lunch together, I think, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to go stream again. I got my streaming done during the day, so I was able to go to bed at a reasonable time, and it wasn't like, you know, today I didn't stream at all day. It was just like me like trying to catch up on sleep, dealing with the kids, not really sleeping, kind of wasting time basically, not like doing either of those things. And then the kids wanted to play a game, which ended up taking a lot longer than we expected it to take. And then they really didn't want to go to bed, and then they spilled water all over the floor and crackers. It was just like, ah! And then the one boy, so we take turns like cuddling each kid because they're still young enough that they want someone to like lay in bed with them till they fall asleep. So one of them has no problem. If it's me or Ed, he's cool with it. The other one is like, he's okay. He even said to me, like, he wants me to be in the bed with him, but he doesn't always want to fall asleep with me. And I'm the stepmom, right? It's totally fine. I'm glad that we're at the level that we're at. So he wants to wait for Ed to be done with the other kid. And it's like 9:40 at night and Ed's still not in there. And I'm like, so I just go into the other kid's room. I'm like, is he asleep? Because we need you in here, because you need to put him to sleep because he's still awake and he has to do school in the morning. So it was just like an oddly weird day. Most days aren't like that. Most days are really, really great. And it wasn't a bad day, really. It was just a day where I didn't fit any time in for live streaming. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't meditate. I did exercise though. I got some good exercise in this morning. I prioritized that, and that felt really, really good. And I know I'm gonna feel it in my booty tomorrow. And this is totally not talking about stocks. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a live streamer and I get on a lot of different topics. Hi, Katie. So I didn't meditate, and then I also didn't like write my prioritized list of things to do for the day. So I wasn't well organized coming into the day, because if you were in my stream last night, I just like ended my stream and went right up to bed and was like, okay, I just need to sleep. So I didn't really plan out and organize my day for today, and that causes the kind of thing that happened to me today. Hi. Some sort of schedule for the kids though. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we only have them half the time. So the other half of the time their mom has them. So we'd get a lot more breaks than most parents, for sure. So I'm definitely not complaining. I'm just explaining why I'm so tired tonight, you know? And then also when I'm PMSing, it's like that you're just like more tired, you're more hungry. I've been on this diet, not a diet, but I've been not eating after dinner for a while now. Like, I don't even know how long it's been. It feels like, wow, maybe 2 months. And it's been great, but these past couple of days, I'm like, I'm so hungry, I just want to eat something. But that hungry feeling is a good thing. That means you're burning the fat in your body. And I'm trying to get my body fat down just a tiny little bit more. I want to get it below 20% body fat if I can, so gotta deal with the hunger. All right, anyway, it's easy to get hangry when you're PMSing too, so. But we've been good. I haven't really been getting angry. I've just been feeling like I don't have time for all the things I need to do, you know? I'm an overachiever. I like to get a lot of stuff done. And then I don't make time for sleep. And then I'm like, live streaming like, hey guys, what's up guys? How's it going, guys? Hi Rush of TVets. Okay, cool. Let's go back to what we're supposed to be talking about. Operating cash. This is in the cash flow statement. How are you, Katie? And Laura, it looked like you were typing something. Are you ghosting? Have you been ghosting lately? Because Earl was ghosting for a long time, and I feel like you haven't been commenting very much. I did see you the other day, and I know you're busy and you're usually listening in the background, and a lot of times you're not in live, but I thought I saw you typing that I didn't see a comment, so I think maybe if you're ghosting, you can try deleting the app and reinstalling it, or maybe you just decided not to say it. Yeah, yeah. It looked like it had number or letters coming out of your face. Like you were typing. Did I read your comment and totally forget? No, yeah, I don't see it. Seems like when I keep busy, my hunger goes down. Yeah, and I exercised today, like a couple times. So it was gym day for the kids today. So we did, and there's like something else that is a little bit stressful that I don't want to talk about publicly. So there's that too. But it was gym day for the kids today, so I had to do, like, they don't go at the same pace. One's, like, very efficient and quick, and he gets it done. The other one, like, takes his time. Like, so I did gym class with one of them, and then I did gym class with the other one, and then I did my own exercise later, which felt good. Like, I felt like I did a good job, and I burned a lot of calories, so I feel extra hungry today. Plus, I'm PMSing, and I'm always a bottomless pit when I'm PMSing, so there's all that. I'm here. Yeah, I see you. You're commenting now. I didn't know you could see typing. Yeah. Can you guys see it on Androids? All right, so cash flow. I always think, okay, so always going into these broadcasts, I always am like, oh, I'm going to be so efficient. I have an hour and 45 minutes to do this broadcast. I'm going to be able to evaluate like 3 companies tonight. But then I'm talking to you guys and I get sidetracked. I'm like, here's everything that happened to my entire day. And, we end up here. Sometimes the keyboard will pop up as I'm moving and then hit some letters. Oh, okay, that makes sense. You're not ghosting, Katie. I see you. My brother was telling me it was gym today for my nephew on Zoom and said it was a shit show. 7-year-old. Yeah, we have 7-year-olds as well. Well, we got an email from the school today that said like next week is spring break, which is really confusing with the schedule because like the schoolwork that they gave us starts on like a Tuesday and they're like, oh, spring break starts on Monday. And I'm like, okay, well, so I just have to like hold on to those papers for Monday. We're going to do that, like the following Monday? I'm a little bit anal of a person too. Not probably a little bit. I'm quite anal. So I think that I'm pretty like low-key calm person, but I also I like things to be planned. I don't really like the unexpected. I don't mind surprises if they're nice surprises, but something like this to me is like not necessarily a nice surprise. It's kind of like, hi, it's Wednesday, and you're telling me like we gave you a bunch of schoolwork to teach your kids, but you don't have to do any of it next week. And it's like, okay. I guess that's good. Like, I don't have to wake up as early, but I kind of was already in the flow and doing it, and I'm going to take a week off and then get back into it. And it's just like, we got a team of 3 parents working on this with the kids, so. And then it said in this email that they're going to be doing Zoom calls with the kids every single day. And I'm like, what? It says they've been doing it or something. I'm like, no, they haven't. I don't understand. Like, I'm in communication with their teacher every day. And they did one Zoom call once with the whole class. And it was really fun. The kids loved it so much. And they stayed on, like, after the teacher left and after the call was over. All the other kids left except our kids because, it's me, I have them on this, and I'm like, let's just see what happens if we just stay on. And I leave them on, and then the one boy has a little girlfriend in the class, and she stayed on too, and they're like hanging out and talking, just being so cute. Hey, have you seen my room? Like, oh my god, it was so cute. Give me a plan and I can follow it. Don't change on me. Yeah, especially like short notice, right? Because we do have custody, like we have 50-50 custody. So we switch the kids back and forth. So we kind of like are planned ahead a lot in this family, like a month out. We know where they're going to be. If someone has like a work trip or a vacation or something, we have that all planned in. And then it's like for me, I'm like, okay, I'm getting up at 9 a.m. Not at 9, but I'm starting school with them at 9 a.m. every morning. We're doing breakfast. Like it's a routine. They get up, they get dressed for school just like normal. I haven't been letting them stay in their pajamas or anything, so we have this routine, and then it's like, oh, a week off. And the week off is really not for the kids. I think it's for the parents. I think a lot of parents are having a hard time with it, so they're like, okay, we'll give you a week off, basically, because they would normally have a spring break anyway. They'd normally have a week off, so that makes it, and they're probably giving the teachers time off too, because they're acclimating to all the new tech they're using and stuff, so it's really fine, right? It's like, it's a good thing. It was just unexpected. So today was just a lot of like, wait, what? Like daily Zoom calls, and I feel like I got a lot of emails today from news articles and financial things that I actually found interesting, like reading all these articles. That's why I tweeted out so many things. So it's just like, it was just a very energy intensive day. There's a lot that happened today, a lot to think about and a lot to plan for and navigate. Yeah, need to sleep and can't. Oh no, I know, that is the worst. I'm baking brownies because boredom got me real good. Don't eat any till tomorrow. Seems like spring break late now. I think it's usually around Easter. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, literally. I don't even know what's happening right now. All right, cash flow. Here we go. We want our net cash flow for operating. 1230. Oh wait, no. We're not doing that anymore in our club. We are copying and we are pasting. This is actually saving me a lot of brain power to just copy it and not have to remember the number. You saved me, our club. You're literally like one of my best friends, even though we don't even know each other that well. Conversation derailed. Let's have a beer. Seriously, I will have a beer with you. It's not going to be tonight. It wouldn't be a good choice. I like to make good choices. I also like beer. So, I think there are times when beer is a great choice. And these great choices will be made Friday night. Because we have the kids tonight, we have the kids tomorrow night, so no beer for us. And we had one kid last night, so we're gonna push the beer to Friday. Delayed gratification is really a great thing. It really, like, you just work hard, and when you don't do it, like when you don't give in to temptation and you have that strength in your willpower, you feel like there's nothing that could get you down, you know, like you are strong. So I love that feeling. So I'm not going to eat tonight. I'm not going to have beer tonight, even though I really want to do both of those things. Don't eat after dinner, but I'm not as strong. Just ate some chocolate. It was dark chocolate at least. Laura, it's fine. You're fine. I saw you doing your freaking leg raises. I'm going to lick the spoon. What are you talking about? I mean, you can lick the spoon. You can do whatever you want, obviously. Do whatever you want. Just don't tell me what your goals are and expect me not to, like, try to help you to reach them. That's what I'm a bad friend about. And I don't know if that's a bad friend. So I'm actually reading this book right now called Mindset by Carol Dweck. Oh, can you guys see my screen? No. I just put this number in here, in this one. And they talk about, like, do you have a fixed mindset or do you have a growth mindset? So Carol Dweck is the creator of the concept of a growth mindset. And a growth mindset is that you think that things can improve and do better. And in your relationships, you like to be in relationships with people who wow, I didn't even make this connection. The conversation I just had with our club, where I said, thank you for challenging me, thank you for helping me to get better, that is a growth mindset. And I don't know that I always have a growth mindset about everything. I'm not perfect. You know, me and our club definitely have had times where I'm just, like, not in the mood to, like, grow. You know what I mean? But that's a growth mindset. It's a perfect example of it. So there's other people who, with a fixed mindset, they just want people to praise them and encourage them and support them. They don't want to be questioned. They don't want to be criticized, you know, and sometimes, like, for me, that's challenging because I think, right, I have my own perception of the world and my own perspective. So I think that what I like and what makes me feel good is going to make other people feel good. And in a lot of cases, that's true, where I share a book and people are like, oh, this book was so awesome, I loved it, it really changed things for me. Great. But I also find that, like, some people don't like that, right? So especially people with a fixed mindset. And I'm glad I'm reading this book because maybe it'll help me identify when I'm dealing with someone like that more by, like, words that they use and their energy around things, so that I can tweak the way that I'm in that relationship. Because I have friends that will, like, tell me their goals, and then I will, like, bring it up to them often. How are you doing with that goal? And I think in a lot of ways that makes them not really want to talk to me or not be as good friends with me, or maybe be, like, kind of resentful towards me, because they're like, I make them feel bad, right? I bring to their attention that they're not doing what they're supposed to do to reach those goals. And they don't like that. So then they avoid me, or they don't answer me, or they say that I make them feel like they compare themselves to me, and, like, these things that I'm like, it's so frustrating because that's not what I'm doing, right? I'm not comparing myself to them. I would want them to help me with my goals. So if they tell me a goal, so I've actually I just said it to Katie now too, which is, like, kind of a joke, but I've said it to another friend as well. And they might even watch this at some point, where I've said, like, okay, the best thing for me, like, for us to have a good friendship is for you to, like, not tell me your goals, basically. Because if you do, or if it comes up, like, so if you say you have a financial goal and then anything comes up about business or finance, or I might just ask too, because I'm curious and I want to help if I can. And it also, like, helps me to learn, like, okay, what challenges is someone having? You know, is there anything that I've done to overcome that? Or is there something that they're doing that I've never thought of before, never done? I'll ask a lot of questions, like, okay, well, what are you doing with this? And how are you doing this? And then sometimes people feel like I'm trying to, like, steal all their ideas, you know? And I'm like, that is not the way that I view the world, and I realize that I am in the vast minority. So a big part of what makes me so different from other people is my growth mindset, which is that, like, I'm not worried about failure so much, right? It happens. Nobody wants to fail necessarily, but, like, I like a challenge and I like to grow, and I don't mind constructive criticism. It can be hard, especially if I'm in certain moods, right? I'm not perfect. I still have emotions and feelings. Like, delivery helps too. But I think that actually damages my relationships in some ways, because it's like you have just two people that think and view the world differently, and they want different things out of the relationship. And it's really hard to provide something for that person. I have very few friends who actually like challenge me to grow on a regular basis or ask me how I'm doing with my goals. I get the feeling more often with more of my friends that they don't want to know about what's going on with me because it makes them feel bad, basically, which sucks. It really sucks, you know? My mom, luckily, we've really built up our relationship to this point where we text each other every day how many pages we've read in books that we're reading. And that has helped to hold me so accountable, and it's helped me stay in touch with my mom every single day, which is so beautiful. And I love her, and I love that she's doing this, because I don't really remember her reading tons of books when I was younger, but, you know, I'm like this book lady now, and then she's like, yeah, I want to read more books, and I give her recommendations, she gives me recommendations, and we talk about books we're reading, and I was like, yes, Mom! Okay. How many pages? She actually came up with her own minimum was 10 pages a day. For me, for a while, I was doing a book a week. Now I'm a full-time college student, and I do a lot of reading for my classes, and I want to read, so you can't quite see the shelf right here. This is the shelf of books that I want to read this upcoming year. I don't know about all of them. I probably could do all of them, but you can see like even this one. That's a textbook. That's an abnormal psychology textbook. Like that's not a book you read in a week, right? Unless you're just basically not getting anything out of it. So I'm really into more like deep reading this year, and really reading like dense books and learning a lot of information from like a big book. Another book that I'm reading kind of right now, I'm not reading it as reliably because it's just so big. It's like the books that I read the most are the ones that fit in my bag, you know? This one, Poor Charlie's Almanac, The Wit and Wisdom of Charles Munger, forward by Warren Buffett. This is actually Charlie Munger. He is the guy who came up with a lot of the concepts that have inspired the type of investing that I'm talking about and that I talk about and use in my own life all the time. So this is huge. This is a massive book. It's hurting my arms to even hold it up because I did too many push-ups today. And push-ups suck, by the way. Okay, no, wait. I like push-ups. They make me stronger. I like a challenge. So I think I set my goal to like 24 books this year or something. 20 books maybe even. So like maybe 2 a month. But I've gotten to the point where I just read a minimum of 10 pages a day now because it just keeps me, before I go to bed, I can read 10 pages. It's no problem. Otherwise, I don't necessarily prioritize reading because of other things going on. I've come across plenty of people, especially at work, that hold their tricks rather than share, and I hate it. I've talked about this with broadcasters before, you know, that people who aren't like forthcoming, and even just entrepreneurs in general, if you're not forthcoming with like what has helped you and what you use that like, you know, makes your life easier, to me that's just like that's like the worst kind of stinginess, you know? Listen, I'm frugal. I don't like to spend money, but a freedom of information, right? I'm happy to tell you anything that, as long as it doesn't violate my own personal privacy, like my location, where I am, or like the names of my kids, you know what I mean? Like certain things that are like, you don't need to know, that's not going to help you, and it could potentially put me at risk, or the privacy or life of someone else in my life that didn't sign up to be a live streamer, didn't sign up to have their life broadcasted publicly, you know what I mean? Like, so sometimes I'm like, oh, there's a story that happened in my life that I want to share, but I don't really, like, I don't want that person to feel anything negative towards me, even if I don't use their name. You know, sometimes you can kind of like figure out who I'm probably talking about, so I try not to share that, but everything else, I'm pretty much an open book. Too much. Ask Chip about my nipples. And he will tell you that sometimes it's far too much information. By not setting goals, I never fail to deliver, and you always fail to succeed. Okay. I actually got that response from my mom on one of our mastermind calls. I do monthly mastermind calls on Skype. Yeah, and I got that from her. Never meant to be negative. I love learning from others, and I'm not shy about learning, even though I may not know. What do you mean negative? I didn't say you're negative. Don't worry. I usually like when you snap me back into shape and on my goals. But right now I'm just, yeah, a lot of people are. Hello, Steven. Where are you in the world? I love having a strong will and not giving in. Yeah, it makes you feel like powerful, right? But sometimes I give in and I'm like, screw it. Like the other day I ate, like there was a mashed potatoes left from dinner and I was like, fuck it, and I just ate like one bite of the mashed potatoes. And then I had that was the day before I had that horrible pain. Remember I was live and I was just like, like I had like sudden labor pain. It was horrible. I was like, what's happening? And I blame it on the mashed potatoes. It was like karma. My health goals are on pause right now, okay? Why? This is the prime time to prioritize your health, you know? Because being healthy helps with stress, you know? And mental health things. Love that feeling of triumph too. I just ruined it. It's okay. You also love the feeling. That's the other thing, is like we have to not be too hard on ourselves. You also love the feeling of chocolate on your tongue, so enjoy it. If you're gonna do something, like Katie with her brownies, like enjoy the brownies. Like don't feel guilty. They've actually they've done studies where they find that if you feel guilty about the food that you eat, you actually digest it worse because you're anxious, right? So your stomach's like not trying to digest. You're in fight or flight mode, so you don't digest well. So just be like, yeah. Like that's what I did with, although apparently still didn't sit right with me. With those mashed potatoes, I was like, I'm eating the mashed potatoes so good. And I was like, I'm gonna savor it. It's so delicious. It was good. You like some marijuana after a tough work week? Sounds pretty good right about now. Although, see, I used to smoke a good amount of weed, okay? Not a lot of weed compared to some people, but like every day and all day. And now if I smoke, I get like quite high, and I'm like, I can't really be that productive, so I don't really love it like I used to. I'm definitely not addicted to it anymore, which is an awesome feeling. And here's another way that I cheat with this thing with not eating after dinner. I will allow myself to drink after dinner if I'm drinking that night. So if I'm having beer, like if I have a beer with my dinner, I'm like, I can have as many beers as I want before bed, right? And I never want like that many beers because I don't want to be hungover the next day. The other day I drank an entire bottle of wine and I wasn't even that hungover the next day. But that I'll allow myself to have after dinner. But that's, again, like maybe once a week, you know. It's not like an every night thing, of course. And then sometimes if like that, I think I was drinking one night and I was like, oh, I'm going to have a snack. Or I had a snack after. So usually I do have like a little snack. So I eat dinner and then I have a little like treat, like maybe a little like fruit snacks or something. And then I think I did this a little bit after dinner, like maybe an hour after dinner. And I was like, screw it, I'm going to be up late anyway. I justified it, right? So I looked at these cookies. It was like those packs of Chips Ahoy cookies, like just a couple of them. It was like 4 cookies in a thing. And it was like 210 calories or 325 calories or something. And I was like, And I looked at the fruit snacks. It was 80 calories. And I was like, we have a winner. So I ate the fruit snacks instead. Sometimes I'll do that. I'm like, okay, well, it's like less calories and it still tastes really good, rather than like eating an extra 300 calories right before bed. It wasn't right before bed either. I make money? Yeah. You make money too, I hope. World of Warcraft personality. I see a lot being a computer geek. Who are you talking about? I like to hear how your mind thinks. We are so alike, and then it helps me. Yay! Positive feedback loop enabled. I like push-ups. Yes, exactly. No, I like dark chocolate too, for sure. That's human nature. Only true friends share, one thinks. They've found too, I was reading this in, I think, The Happiness Advantage. If someone tells you something positive that happened in their life, you can pretty much respond in one of 3 ways. You can brush it off, right? You could be like, that's great for you. Or be even completely negative and just be like, wow, I'm surprised you got that promotion. I really thought that so-and-so would have gotten it. They're way better at the job than you. Like just straight out just diss you, right? So there's like that where it's a negative reaction. They can also be like, oh my God, that's so great. That's really awesome. And what they found is that those 2 responses are virtually the same in the way that we react to them. We don't like either of them. One is obvious why we don't like it. But for someone to just say, oh, that's great for you, it's like they don't really care, and it doesn't really feel like they really think it's great. So the best way to respond to someone giving you positive, sharing with you something positive about themselves, we're not talking about stocks anymore, are we? Is to say something like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I know you were working really hard on that. And then ask a question about it. So first, validate that you understand what the positive thing was and say something like a more detailed response than just like, oh, that's great. And then maybe ask something about it. So like, oh, when does the raise go into effect? Or, oh my gosh, are you going to do something to celebrate? Or like, when can we meet up to celebrate? Or, you know, like ask a follow-up question. Like, this is so awesome. Like, I'm so proud of you. This is so good. I know you're working for this. Like, you're a beast. And then ask a question too. I've been home 3 nights in a row and eating everything in sight. Yeah, a lot of people are doing that right now. Don't let this pandemic hurt your health. This is the last time you want to have a low, worse immune system, right? You don't want to be gaining weight and because then you're more susceptible to the virus if you do get exposed to it, which I would assume we're likely to be exposed to it after the quarantine ends. Wine drunk makes me nauseous. Oh, interesting. I think it probably depends on the type of wine. So if you're drinking really cheap, crappy wine, that'll happen more often because there's a lot of crummy chemicals in it. Trust me, I never judge if we fall short, and I fall short a lot. Love to keep encouraging, keep moving forward. Yeah, of course. From what I understand, cookies... Yeah, if somebody does ask me, oh, how are you doing on this goal that you have, and I'm not doing well, my first response is not oh, I'm so glad they asked. It's kind of oh, crap. You might feel kind of bad, but to me, that's a good feeling, right? That's they're spurring me to be okay. And then I talk about it with them and I can say, well, I haven't really made any progress on that because of this. And then I can kind of look at it even myself without even their input and say, is that a legitimate excuse or not? I wanted to revise my ebook and and then I decided I wasn't just revising it, I wanted to rewrite the whole thing and have a whole different way of doing it. And I tried to do it in this week of time that I had off from school, and then school started back up and I was you know what, I'm gonna do this in the summer. I made a conscious decision to be this just isn't something that I'm gonna prioritize right now. It's not really that important. I'm really, really hoping that Periscope will come out with freaking video for Collins before I put that book out. What is going on with this? Why haven't they launched this yet? Okay, it's fine. From what I understand, cookies are quite healthy and good for one's well-being. Your brain is computing the same way mine does. I've had people respond to me that third way feels awful. The third way? The third way is supposedly the best way, that we experience the best. Thanks, Steven. Yes, our club. Yes, exactly. No, Bradley, you can do that on your channel. All right. All right now, folks. Back to work. What were we even doing? Equity plus debt. That's on the bottom of the balance sheet. All the way at the bottom. I have cramps. I might get my period tonight. Remember that thing I said about too much information? You just witnessed it. You're welcome. You hear those workers out there? They're working in the middle of the night. And my neighbors are probably hating them right now. Bro, I'm trying to sleep. What are you doing? They're oh, we're just gonna rebuild the highway. It's fine. It's fine. Just sleep. I actually find the sound quite soothing. Probably just because I'm so tired. Okay, I feel like that was too many numbers. Yep, that was too many zeros there at the end. That was a lot. One too many zeros. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. 24238. Oh, wait, no, just copy it. Just copy it. It's nice to hear our club and Laura say they think like me, because that's pretty rare. Whichever way you said, oh great, that's nice, but didn't feel genuine. The second one, yes. Call your alderman? What is an alderman? Return on equity, yes, the most important number. It is very beautiful in this company. I like it very, very much. Somehow it's soothing, right? Yeah, it's that grumbling, I feel like I'm in some mechanical womb. Maybe I'm just weird. Show you what? Show you what? Oh, this? Return on equity? Boom. There you go. There's your return on equity. 25%, 33%, 117%, and 34%. Return on invested capital, not as high as we'd like. We'd like to see these numbers be 10% as well, but still pretty good. All right, depreciation and amortization. It's so soothing, it's gonna put me to sleep during this broadcast. Hang on, can't see. Okay, here we go. What statement is this? These are the financials for Viacom CBS. That was, I don't know which one we were on at the time, but there's the income statement, the balance sheet, and the cash flow statement. We're pulling numbers from all three. Thanks for being here. My name's Taylor, and I go live every single day. Not always about investing, but lately, a lot more often because of the uncertainty of the markets. Lots of people have it on their mind, and I'm a nerd, and I like to do this, so Thanks for making it possible, especially these people scrolling on the side. You guys can't see them right now, but they're there. Why is this such a small number? Why is that so small? What, they like not know how to mark depreciation before? The heck? Look at this difference. From 225,000 to 11 million, even though I know it's billions and millions to begin with, but still. These people. Thank you guys for making this possible. I freaking love doing this so much. I love talking about all the stuff we're talking about. I love crunching these numbers. I love it. I love missing out on sleep, to stick with my promises, to be here live every single day. I love it. I wouldn't want to do it all the time because I also value my health, but thank you, Reddy. So how much longer do I have, Reddy? Like an hour? I think I have another like 46 minutes. Hang on, you know what? It's not Rhodey's job to keep track of this. It's mine. What is Alderman? Hang on, wait, don't answer that because I don't have... Yeah, I have almost 90 million super hearts now. I have a text from Ed that says that. Oh my god, okay. 1 hour and 46 minutes left. So I have 46 minutes left. I think that's what Rhodey just said too, but I missed it. Because I had to make up those 12 minutes from yesterday too. Okay, that's good. We need all the time we can get because it's taking forever. I missed a couple comments there, so... Boardwalk Empire? Oh, you're representative to a city council. Okay. 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 So if you guys said any comments that I didn't read, that was because I was clicked off of the broadcast for a moment and I missed it. Are you looking at me? You're supposed to be looking at this. Okay. I look down, I see myself playing with my hair. I'm like, oh, they're still looking at me. My whole house is shaking right now. I just want to point that out. It's definitely lulling me to sleep. Can you guys please stop? This is a negative number. What in the what? What? No! Why are you over there? Get over here. Why is it a negative number? What the hell? CBS, why are you so volatile? I want to buy you. It's like, this is exactly when you shouldn't buy a company because you just want to, even though it makes no sense. No. Yes. No. Yes. Oh god. Like these numbers are literally just all over the place. Like 52,000 minus 487,000 minus 223,000 positive 313,000. Like what the hell is happening to this company with their freaking accounts receivable? No, bro. Damn, I cut it. Damn. Okay, ready? Copy. Paste special. Format. Haha. Tricked ya. That's mean bad debt. That's mean bad debt? Oh, you mean their accounts receivable? Debt? Negative accounts receivable. That's a bit odd. You would think that would just go into your accounts payable line. Is this my portfolio? Yeah, Kyle, I'm loaded. No, it's not. That'd be pretty dope though, wouldn't it? If I was just making like CBS money, just me in my basement, going live, like, hey guys, welcome to Moment in Time with Taylor. I am a trillionaire. Accounts payable. Minus maybe mean bad debt AR. Bad debt accounts receivable? What would that mean? Give me an example of that. I gotta get into this habit of copying it. No, this is Viacom CBS. These are their financial statements here. I wonder if my dad is like not busy with work right now because the company that he mainly works for, he runs his own business too, but the company that he spends most of his work for as a full-time worker is closed. So maybe he can help me figure out a program that you could just punch in any ticker you wanted and it would spit out the answers. That'd be amazing. They are sure they cannot collect this accounts receivable. Oh, like written off accounts receivable. Interesting that it would be a negative number. I think it would just be 0. But yeah, I guess they do have to put it somewhere. Yeah, okay. That's how much they wrote off. Good guess. Kyle? I like you. Was it Kyle? No, it was Steven. Steven, sorry. Thank you, Steven. Steven, I mean, Kyle, I like you too, but you're not very helpful. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm really tired. Don't listen to anything I say. You guys know that I'm tired if I'm laughing too much at things that aren't even funny. And I can't stop laughing because I am delirious. Which is kind of perfect because the market right now is probably kind of delirious too. People in general are kind of delirious. Like nobody really knows what the heck's going on. So we're all just doing our best, right? Am I an insensitive person? I think I am. I think self-awareness is important. I'm a pretty insensitive person. If you want to be friends with me, you gotta have a pretty thick skin. Capital expenditures. Dropping the hammer. Crushing souls. Wait, what are you talking about now? Me? What's wrong with me? Stonks? What the heck is a stonk? Freaking throne, what does this mean? Well, if we play Family Feud tomorrow night, you can come in and name your family stonks. Gonna buy some stonks. I know, they aren't, Laura. No, I just say everything, you know? And it's like most people don't say that stuff out loud, or most people just don't even think like me. So they're like, no, I didn't even have that thought. I'm like, oh. Wish I was less sensitive sometimes. Well, maybe if you went to sleep sometimes, you'd have a better threshold for stress. Come on, I just want this number. Okay. We got it. You get it. Kelly Jewel, how are you? How many? Ooh, we're at the end. We just need the number of shares now. Boom, baby. Boom. Share. And we still have no idea what the Class A stock even means, but we're just going to pretend that doesn't exist right now. And we're going to go down to... What the hell? Where is it? Macro trends? Come on, I like to pull all my numbers from the same place. Why don't I just go to macro trends then? Macro trends. Here it is. Here we got some numbers. 617 million. Wait a second. Okay, yeah. All right. 621. Wait, they're taking their stocks down? That's even more like sexy, appealing. Are you serious right now? This is really quite the tease of a share, I feel like. Are you kidding me with that? $327? $327. That's what I think is a reasonable price to pay for this stock. Oh, this is not gonna be good. This is not gonna end well for me. Look at their freaking cash flow. Like, bro. Why does this say that it went up? Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, that went down. This went down too. So the last one I did it on had negative numbers there. Okay, that went down. That went down. It didn't affect this number at all. Okay. Alright, payback time. Wait, we need my free cash flow, which is this number. Put it in here. Estimated growth rate 10%. Let's put in the number of shares. Okay, that's more reasonable here. Okay, so based on these numbers, that's $3. Definitely don't think that is the price that I'm going to pay. So we have earnings per share. Oh, what am I doing? Nope, that's not what I meant. This is 10. We'll leave that at 20. Oh, $38.24. Why is the payback time price so low? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is the first company that I have run evaluation on that is priced significantly below what I would consider an on sale price, okay? Because usually I say like, oh, $300 and the stock's like $1,000, right? So this one, margin of safety price, is $38.24. It's right now trading at $12.78. Why is it gotta be like this? Why do you have to do me like this, CBS? Why can't you just be massively overpriced so I don't have to go back and dig through all these old numbers? I mean, fudge. Come on, bear with me. I'm kind of tired, right? You know what we must do now? We must pull older numbers. So the price is right. The return on equity is right. Let's look at, okay, let's go to our guru. My guru is Phil Town. Oh, that's not the button I meant to hit. There it is. And see here, the equity growth is most important. The earnings per share. Earnings per share is next. We don't have enough data on that. Actually, if we just copy the per share number over, just for a minute. You guys can't see it, sorry. Yeah, that looks pretty good as well, just in a short term. Like I said, we need to get better numbers, but for that. And then, hey Steve, how's it going? Thanks for coming in twice tonight. Net profit growth, we know that's really good. Cash flow growth is not. So it says all 4 growth rates should be at least 10%. You want to check the rates for a 9-year period, 5 years, and 3 years. So I have only pulled 3 years, really. Technically. That's 4 years back, but it's 3 years of growth, so I have to go back and pull more. So their operating cash. Has been going down. So this is not a number that we want to see, right? We don't want to see this number dropping so significantly. I mean, it went up so much though. I mean, this company is looking kind of volatile. So if you can't make like a estimate about where this company might go in the future, it's a risky buy. So even though the price looks really good, there's definitely, I haven't done any research on this company, so there's a lot I don't know. What I do know is that I like Survivor and I like Big Brother, and I think CBS All Access probably sells to people pretty regularly. They have high production quality shows. Their shows probably cost a lot of money, however. So, you know, they're definitely like a top channel that people go to for their news. It seems like a big company that will probably be around for a while and probably isn't going to die off or file bankruptcy anytime soon, and they're probably going to get a bunch of loans from this new stimulus package. That's my just initial off-the-cuff remarks. So still, because of its numbers being all over the place without a pandemic, and like right now they're about to report a pretty bad quarter because of like not having any sports, right? But then they're pushing all the sports back to the fall, so there'll be like a lot going on, plus the election. Same thing goes for Twitter. So I have to pull more numbers. And I don't want to, and I don't know why. Okay, because I'm just tired, that's all. It's a good thing though. Buying almost anything in probably 3 weeks. In 3 weeks? Interesting. Yeah, I don't pretend to know the future, but maybe Kamikaze knows the future. So what I want to do is go back to older numbers. Now, does the NASDAQ give me that, or? Well, let's just look it up. VIAC. If I can get away from using their 10K, that would be great. Income statement. Actually, let's say VIAC 20. Let's see if we can get 4 more years out of it. We did 2016, so we want to get 2012 to 2015. 2012 to 2015 financials. See what we get. I haven't done this in a little bit. We get Yahoo. Just checking NASDAQ real quick because I like to be consistent with the forms I'm using. This is just pulling the actual reports, which I can use, but it takes longer to dig through the numbers. So let me just see what we have on Yahoo. I know a lot of people use Yahoo. Premium access required to access old numbers through Yahoo Finance. So curious what that costs. I'm not going to buy it right now, but maybe one day. Just make my life easier, you know? Free 14-day trial. Okay, I'm not worried about that. I want to know how much you're going to charge me in 14 days. $35 a month or $350 annually. No. What about Netflix? We actually did Netflix 2 nights ago. Check out my replay on Periscope because that didn't upload to YouTube properly. But Netflix is like way up right now. So, because like, okay, so if you had gotten Netflix right before this, okay, now it's going up, everybody's home, everybody's using it, it's like, yay. But Netflix spends tons of money and doesn't really make it back. So, and then you have everybody going back to work in, let's say, like a month to 2 months and not being on Netflix as much, you know, it's not necessarily like a big change has occurred. Maybe business is your jam? What do you mean missing my calling? Business is my jam. It always has been. Next Juice is my business. Okay, so we have this. I think this is our best option here. So let's pull the 2015 report. That would be our best one, right? 2015, because then we can get the years before that as well. So, oh, and I'm just, this is the NASDAQ financials. It's ir.nasdaq. I don't know what this is, but I'm pretty sure this is what I want. 2015 annual report or Form 10K. I feel like those are the same thing, but I'm going to go to the 10K. All right. And also, as opposed to psychology. Oh, yeah, but I feel and think that business is something that I can study without needing a license to do so, right? So I can do a lot of things with business that I don't require a license. I can't actually give people like therapy and counseling sessions without a license, at least in New Jersey. So I want to be classically trained on that too. I'm always like, what's next for me? Like, how can I help people at the next level? So I might take psychological concepts and apply them to business like Sean Aker does in that book I just recently read. I'm also kind of passionate about parenting too. So like I have passions, right? I can always do different things with it, but I do love me some psychology and I want to help people like that. I'm maybe a little bit too insensitive for it though. We'll have to see. My friend told me that I should be, I should work for like sports teams, professional sports teams, and try to teach them how to be like winners, like winning mindset and what they need to do about their psyche to become winners, because I'll get a lot of money to do that. And plus these guys are like tough. You know? I was like, okay, I don't hate the idea, but I also know nothing about professional sports. Not to say that I couldn't learn. Sports psychologist, yep. But I don't even like sports, so it was a nice idea, but probably won't do that. I would rather help like parents or kids. So even though I was like, kind of trying to avoid it, I feel like marriage and family therapist might be something that I'm really interested in. I just love talking about relationships too. Matt, thank you for inviting your followers. Tomorrow you're giving yourself a mohawk. Oh, are you trying to pull shenanigans? I don't think so. Hi, Planet Antonio. Hola, IT guy. Hi. Sears. Hi. I'm tired, you guys. I really want to go to sleep. Okay, we got this. We got like 25 minutes left. Do both. After you've solved their mental issues, you can say, and how's your 401k doing? Well, yeah, absolutely. That's the thing is like, a lot of people's stress comes from money. So at the same time, if you want to make a lot of money, your clients they're not necessarily like having a lot of financial stress per se, but at the same time, like an event like now might be stressing people with a lot of money because a lot of times they're pretty heavily invested into the market. I'm going to just hold my head up with my hand for the rest of the broadcast because it's not holding itself up anymore. You're married? Who did you marry? Saying a lot. This broadcast is not the best one that I've done, but thank you, Steve. I'll see you later. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so I like the idea of like a Dr. Phil show, like a Dr. Taylor show, or Dr. T or whatever, I don't care. And it's where people can come onto the show and get therapeutic advice or recommendations in front of the audience in a live streaming capacity, so combining kind of a lot of the things that I love. And I can do broadcasts about money and managing your finances and managing money, and that dude is worth $300 million. Am I doing the same every day? No. Don't watch his scopes or I'll be out like a light. It's a secret, aka April Fool's. Oh, snap. It's not even April Fool's here anymore. Don't do this to me, Matt. I'm so tired. I'm like, it didn't really work though, because I was like, what are the chances that you just like all of a sudden are married? Index funds, that's where I put most of my money, but I haven't changed anything that I do with that based on what's happening now because it's just cost averaging, you know. I'm 29, so I'm not touching my Roth IRA, which is what I use to get my index funds and really everything for 30 years. So I'm pretty confident about the 30-year turnout for that. And people who move their stocks around, their existing stocks right now, their portfolios, last time this happened in 2008, they ended up losing money aside the people who just kept doing what they were doing and kept their portfolios the same. What about bonds? I don't have any bonds, but if you're really close to retirement, I don't blame you for having them. Or not even that close, but like closer than I am. Like maybe 10 years or less away from retirement. And if you're a little strapped on cash, you know, you want like a very low risk, low return investment. Okay. Ooh, maybe I should have done NASDAQ. Attributable to NASDAQ. Wait a second here. IR means investor relations. I'm looking at freaking NASDAQ's 2015 report. Not Viacom's. Okay. Fine. We'll just look it up. Viacom 10K 2015. Here's where we want to be. Via CBS. Oh. Okay. Investors. Yep. Why is there videos? Okay, here we go. Yes, we know. All right. What I want is SEC filings. I want 20. What? The heck? What? How do they... When did they acquire them? What's happening right now? $19.99. So why don't they have their stock information? Okay, fine. I'm just going to go to Edgar. Edgar always has what I need. That's just very weird to me that they would only have the last 3 years of information on their own website. Okay. Had to study stocks for government and economics in high school. Nice. I like oil right now. Oh, a lot of people do, yeah. The only place to move it would be cryptocurrency if it gets real bad. I disagree. That would be the last place I would move my money. Mainly because I don't fully understand it, and I don't view it as a currency. So if I was like trying to find a replacement for currency, I would probably use precious metals, personally. Because it's much more proven as a form of currency to me than crypto. April Fools? Oh, you're pregnant. I didn't even get to see you say it, and you said April Fools already. Thoughts on coronavirus? I don't have thoughts on that. Why do you come in here and ask me things like that? Like, as if it's your first time coming in. Network television has to be on its last leg. You think? Because we haven't talked enough about Corona yet, yeah. I just installed Periscope. I know nothing about it, and I'm here because your face is pretty. I appreciate that, Overlander. If you want to know anything about Periscope, feel free to ask, because I have been live on this app every single day for over 3 years in a row, and I'm not giving you my best look right now because I'm very tired. I live in New Jersey. It's 2:30 in the morning. I did not get enough sleep. It was a long day, and I commit to going live every day, 7 days a week for 3 hours a day. So I have about 20 minutes left in this broadcast, and I'm just tired. But usually I'm not tired. Usually I have lots of energy. So thanks for coming in. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, I put makeup on to cover up the feeling that I have. How do you not panic during this pandemic? What are you panicked about? I mean, there's a lot of, like, just blanket answers I can give you, like meditate, exercise, get good sleep, eat healthy, drink a lot of water, take deep breaths. But I often think that it's interesting to know, like, what are the thoughts that are bothering you? Here we go. SEC, this is what we want. No, not Visa. Yo, Google, are you hiring now? Yes, it must include VIAC. This is the company I'm looking for. Does this page have it? Oh, yes it does. Oh my god, MarketWatch, I love you right now. Yes, look how beautiful this is. Can we just take a moment to enjoy a website that actually is useful? This is marketwatch.com. They have the current price, which is weird because it doesn't match Google's price, $12.78. I would assume that this is probably previous close, $12.78. Oh, people are buying it after hours? Oh, that's risky, but probably not that risky because it's so cheap. Unity will come after, a much needed thing in the West. Yeah, good luck. That's what everyone said about 9/11. It was like, oh, everyone's come together, we're a stronger country because of it. Like, well, that's good, that's post-traumatic growth, right? Something bad happens, we're stronger because of it, but, I don't know that you're gonna have a united country of 300 million people that all value independence. Economy, job loss, death, India. What? Panicking's not a good survival mechanism. Yeah. You're on here for work? Yeah. Yeah, this is my business. That's 1,000 days? Yep, I celebrated my 1,000th day on January. Well, actually, it was already over 1,000 days. I didn't celebrate my 1,000th day, but I celebrated my 3rd year on January 5th. But if everything else is crashing, that may be the answer. Whoa. Small business owners, you asked what I'm panicking about. Oh. You're panicking about the economy? Are you in India? Wait, why are you panicking about the economy? There's a lot of questions asked here. So you lost your job? That's a legitimate thing to be concerned about. Totally rational, right? So no reason to panic. You're in the same boat as 1% of the country. Over 3 million people filed for unemployment. It's a record thing. We're all experiencing it together. But assuming that you have marketable skills, you can still get a new job. So were you laid off? Were you furloughed? Did your business actually close down? Are you like a restaurant worker? Do they plan to open back up as soon as possible? Will you still have your job? Are there things that you can do to generate income in the meantime? Keep in mind that you'll get the $1,200 check in addition to $500 for every child that you have, in addition to the $600 per week increase on the unemployment insurance payments that you'll get, assuming that you qualify. I'm having weird stomach cramps lately. What's going on with me? Death? We're gonna die. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. We're all gonna die. Most of us aren't gonna die from coronavirus. Some of us might. I doubt that anyone in this room, there's 30 of us in here, is gonna be one of us is gonna be the ones that die from coronavirus. But maybe. I mean, it's possible, I guess. Extremely unlikely, but possible. I mean, maybe if you live in New York City and you're like 70 and you have diabetes and heart disease and you work in a hospital or something, then yeah, you have a pretty increased risk, and I would recommend like not working for a while. But yeah, so we're gonna die. That's okay. That's nothing new. This is no surprise. And then India. So why would you be stressed about India? This is different. Not everyone. Panic is a good thing sometimes. If you didn't panic, you wouldn't take extra precautions. Maybe. Panic is a strong word, though. Panic isn't just like a healthy amount of like fear and caution, right? Panic is like a panic attack. Panic is like, I can't breathe. It feels like I'm having a heart attack. Like, I think I'm going to pass out. I think I'm going to die. That's the criteria of like a panic attack. Small business owners. Small business owners is another thing that you're panicking about. Are you a small business owner? This one is not uniting us. We are being torn apart, and unity is a laughable suggestion in America. Very rational, but please don't panic. People are losing their jobs. I'm worried for others. You're panicking because of other people's problems? Bro. No. You got enough of your own problems. Don't be panicking about other people's problems. It's nice to feel like you want to help them, so help them. Panicking won't help them. Panic is something that we should feel if like a bear is chasing us. You know, like, I'm gonna die. Like, this bear is right behind me. I'm screwed. If you still have your job, you're not any of those things that you're panicking about, I don't understand why you'd be panicked about that. A lot of people that I know are like, who are like depressed and anxious right now, like have had like no change to their life other than they can't go to restaurants and bars. And I'm like, why are you freaking out? Like, you're still working, you're still making money, like, you're healthy, you're fine, you're home, like, everything is okay. Nothing's really changed except you can't go out to eat now. Like, and you still can, you just have to like take it back to your house and eat it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's to me a little bit like, some people have reason to be panicking, right? Or feel anxious or depressed right now. Like, I think if someone loses their job, that's a legit thing to be sad about, you know, at least for some period of time, to be stressed out about. That's normal, that's healthy, right? We're not like perfect beings that are always just going to be like, this is a great opportunity to work on that business I've been thinking about. You know, not everybody's going to be like instantly in that mode. I think it'd be good to get to that mode. Take it as a blessing, an opportunity to reinvent yourself, right? Yeah. Who's oldest? What do you mean, who's oldest? Oh, in here? I don't know. I'm 29. How old are you guys? My hair is awesome, thank you. I'm probably the oldest person here, Swanee. How old are you, Overlander? Italy has a 10% chance of death. United States has 2% chance. Nobody's dying from corona. Stephen, stop. You're a counselor who talks money? Not yet. I do like to talk about money, but I'm not a licensed counselor yet. I'll have my associate's degree in about a month and a half, and then I have already registered for my bachelor's degree classes in the fall. Then I won't finish that. Then I'll finish 1 year of that in the spring. Then I'll do fall and spring again at university, where actually if I can't get grants, then I'll power through those classes, and I'll have my bachelor's degree, then I have to get my master's degree, and once I have my master's degree, then I can start practicing as a, I forget what it's called. Let me look it up. Is it like ALPC? Licensed professional counselor. I forget the name of it before you're an LPC. I'm not finding it very quickly here. It's like a practicing one, okay? It's like one that's not like official. I'm still like under supervision, but I would basically be doing the same thing for probably a little bit less money maybe. Although I'm not really one to try to accept less money, so. My brother-in-law is a small business owner. I still have a job. So you're panicking because your brother-in-law is a small business owner? Am I understanding that correctly? So you're panicking, so what I've heard you say, that you're panicking because you're worried about other people and that your brother is a small business owner. Is there anything else? House on fire, panic. Sister lost job, stay calm. Yeah. I'm still getting paid in full. I think my company will get it back from the government, though. Yeah. Yeah, the small business loans are not, I don't think it's just small business, right? Or is it small business loans? Very interesting right now. The way they're like thinking that they're going to basically like forgive them. I used to be a chef and I don't like restaurants now. Interesting. What? Oh, okay. Because you worked there? Don't panic. I'm just concerned. That's good. Licensed counselors. Something therapist? Yeah, LPC is licensed professional counselor. But before you get that full license, you have something that's like LPC A or something that's like a hyphen where you're practicing. So my first year of my master's degree, I'm still just a student. So I finished my whole associate's degree in 1 year. Normally takes 2 years, so that was good. Then I'll take 2 years for my bachelor's because of financial reasons. And then I'll take 2 years for my master's. But the first year, it'll be the same, like just going to school. And that second year, even though I'm still in my master's degree program, I can actually start doing some of the supervised therapy work to start getting the hours that I need towards my license. So if I really like do supervised counseling like 30 hours a week, which is a lot and maybe a little overzealous, but that's kind of who I am. I would have the following year, at the end of that year, I would have my full license. But so if I'm under supervision, it doesn't mean there's someone there like watching the therapy session. It means that I like see clients and then I talk to this person maybe like once a week or so, maybe even once a month, and I tell them basically what kind of things I came up with. They're like my mentor, like guide. They kind of like guide me through problems that I have or questions that I have if I'm not sure how to handle something or if I'm not sure if I did something correct, so to speak. They would kind of like help me to get comfortable and confident on my own. I'll call my show Dr. Next Juice. Yeah, maybe Dr. Juice. This is all a distraction to keep our minds off the 2-mile-wide asteroid that'll be here on the 29th. My grandfather taught psychology at a university. Cool. A psychic. No, I'm not going to be a psychic. I considered going into counseling. Interesting. For what? NASA claims it'll miss us, but they also lie sometimes. Okay. What time is it? All right, we got 8 minutes. Or 9 minutes. Can we pull these numbers real quick? We got the 2015. Actually, let's pull the 2016 reports, which might make it take a little bit longer, but I need to are you serious? Oh, okay, I was going to say, I was just complimenting you so much. I still feel like I'm really angry right now. What's happening? Yo, if you're not going to give me the full thing, about to flip. Are you serious? What is this? What was that I was just looking at? Just like the top of it? Or was I being too antsy? Oh, see, this says CBS Corporation rather than Viacom. Oh, here we go. I was just being way too impatient. Here we go. Yay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my god, did they not use blue highlighter back then? Oh god. Okay, fine. Okay. Here, ready? I have a solution. Income statement. Why is that the only thing that says income statement? Okay, let's try this. Net income. Okay, let's try. Oh, what's this? Wait, this looks like something. Okay. Notes to consolidated financial statements. You see why I prefer using the NASDAQ? These are notes. So many notes. Oh, for frick's sake. Let's try this. This is gonna take too long. This is gonna take more than 120. Really? Like, you can't just make my life easy? Oh my god, this is what I want. This is what I want. What? Reference pages. Can I click that? Oh my god. What is this? Consolidated statements of comprehensive income. What's comprehensive about this? Here we go. This is what I want. 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 This. Revenue. Yes. Yes. Net earnings. Okay, I'm gonna call that net income. Oh crap, did I pick 2015? Why am I like this? I did all this. Okay, so now we know that they call it consolidated statements of operations. Let's copy that. Roger that. Go back a page. or to the top of this page. Get back. Okay, we wanted 2016. That was my bad. That was my bad. Sorry about that. Let me just wait. You guys still hanging in? You too, Swanee. Do you think it's a good idea to block the media out right now? I think it depends on what media you consume and how much of it you consume. So I like when I wake up in the morning. Right now I wake up in the morning, I homeschool the kids, right? I don't have time to read the news before that. I don't watch the news either because televised news is like they give a lot of details about the different stories and you can end up watching it for a long time. That's their intention, is to like hook you into watching as long as possible. They want those eyeballs on the screen. So I just read the news. I have things emailed to me. So I get the BBC, I get CNN, I get Forbes, I get Fortune, and I get Barron's. I also get, what's it called? What's the big, Seeking Alpha. So most of it's financial news that I check in on. And I still have like BBC and CNN. You know, I'm sure that politically I'm not aligned with these media outlets, but at the same time it's just like, what are the headlines, what's going on? And then sometimes I even check the Twitter trending page to see what people are actually tweeting about and talking about on Twitter. So that might take me like an hour of the day. If I get, like today I found a great workout on BBC Sport, like a great workout to try, so then I started working out for 45 minutes, then I went back to reading the news, and then like every article from Fortune and Forbes today was really interesting to me, so I was like going through finding these authors on Twitter and following them and retweeting their tweets, and I went on like a bit of a rabbit hole, but it wasn't like I was obsessing about Corona or anything. Kind of figuring out how the markets are affected now. So I feel like I'm reading calm news. I'm not reading a lot of like hysteric news. So that's kind of how I handle it. I like to be informed. I like to know what's going on. I like to know what people who are in the know are talking about and thinking about and paying attention to, so that I don't have to be like as obsessed as they are. And I do that just once a day. So then I'll clear out my inbox of all news related articles, and then I don't do anything more with that throughout the day unless it comes up in conversation. Like if we're talking about it on here, I might Google something, or me and my boyfriend are talking about it. We'll be like, oh, like with the oil thing. I was like, oh, I thought that was Saudi Arabia. And he was like, no, it was Russia. So then he looked that up and we kind of talked about it further. So that happens sometimes. But even that is like, we're not like talking about every person that dies from coronavirus, you know. I would be a drug counselor to hypnotherapy. Yeah, drug counseling is hard because it's very fascinating, like the drug war and addiction. At the same time, it's very difficult because not all addicts want to rehabilitate, and it could be a very stressful type of counseling because you are dealing with a lot of different types of people who are dealing with a lot of different types of drugs. So it's hard to just like, you can't necessarily understand it all. Also, I don't have any personal experience with that outside of like marijuana. I was addicted to marijuana for a while, but even that is like, you know, like I didn't go to rehab for it. And people who are so addicted to drugs that they're being checked into rehabs, and in many cases, so not in all cases, right? Like, I don't know, maybe it's 50-50 or something. They don't really have a whole lot of money to be spending on a counselor, right? If you're a drug addict, what do you want to spend your money on? Drugs. You're not really like trying to fork out a ton of money for a counselor. So I am a business-minded person, right? I need to be able to make money and pay my bills, and I'd like to increase my net worth substantially so that I can do what I want, right? I consider money like freedom. So the more income that I have, the more free I can be. And if I can make money off of helping people who find value in it, that's what I want to do. And that's what I do right now on Periscope. That's what I'm doing right now. But I want to be able to really, like, so people will open up to me about their PTSD, their anxiety, or their, you know, panic disorder or bipolar disorder. And I don't really know exactly the best way to handle that. I haven't studied the different therapists, the different modalities, and different things that it can actually help those people. So that's why I'm going to school, so I can actually help people professionally and, like, legally, basically. Excuse me. All right. On that note, oh crap, nope, we still have a couple more minutes. We have like one more minute. Okay. All right, we found this. Let's see if we can at least like find a good spot to. This is where we want. So let's see if we're right about what we think. So net earnings, what are these in millions? Yeah, see how up here it says in millions? So it's not like $13,000, right? It's 13,000 millions, which is 13 billions. You too, Trollestein. I did not do my master's degree yet, no. Nope, I'm just about to finish my associates. Okay, so this says for 2016, 1261. Let's see what we have. For net, oh. Yeah, that's the number we want. Beautiful. Love when things work out like that. So we have 1413. Oh, here. Well, no, I don't really need to copy a number that short. And we have 2959. And gross revenue. You know what? That's enough for now. I have to go. I really do have to sleep. I enjoy doing this. I could always do this all night, but I really do need to sleep. Yeah, you too, Art Club. So yeah, I love talking to you guys. I love getting to know you. You can direct message me on Twitter or Instagram or email me. You know, you take advantage of the information that I have and the community I'm trying to build for free. And then if at some point you feel like, wow, this is so valuable, I really appreciate this, and or if you find it entertaining or whatever, then you can help to support it at the link in the profile. If you want, you certainly don't have to, but I appreciate every single one of you who does. These are all the people who've supported over the last 30 days. Today we got $75 on the website, which is awesome, just from 2 people. One sent $50, and she's a young British girl named Taylor. My name's Taylor too, so that's pretty awesome. And then Lou, who is a tried and true supporter of this channel. Q is 40 there. Awesome, awesome, awesome guy. Thank you, Art Club, for the super hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody on this list. For all the support. Love you guys. And I hope to see you on the next juice. Thank you for the Super Hearts Art Club. And Roberto and Kieran. Love you guys. I hope you enjoy this type of content because I'm probably going to be doing a lot of it over the next week or month. I'm not sure. But I do need to sleep now. So I'm going to sleep. I'm going to do my homeschooling in the morning, and then hopefully I'll be able to get live earlier in the day so I'm not delirious tomorrow. But I don't have to be up early on Friday, so I can also take a nap tomorrow and go live later, so it's all good in the hood. We did Survivor episode recap earlier. Okay, I have to make my list of things I need to do, but I'm not going to do that because I'm so tired. I'm just going to go to bed, so tomorrow might be another kind of weird day, but then we'll be back in business for the weekend. And remember, Friday night, we're having beer. Thanks, Johnny. When will I be back? Tomorrow, aka today, actually. I'm on the East Coast, so it's already the next day. But I go live every single day, 7 days a week, for 3 hours a day on Periscope. I'm also live on YouTube right now, so you can follow me or subscribe over there as well, but I don't go live on there every single day. Hey, Andy Cruz! Sorry I missed your comment because I was using my screen for running those numbers, so I miss some of the YouTube comments sometimes. But if you're still here, hi Andy, good to see you. Cracking my back. Take it easy. Take deep breaths. Wash your hands, don't touch your face like this, what not to do, and yeah, focus on the things that you want to focus on. Think about what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, so how are we going to be better than we were before this pandemic? How are we going to come out even better than before? This has been a moment in time with Taylor. I hope to see you on the next juice, and maybe we'll look at, I know you guys want to play Family Feud. Maybe tomorrow we'll do Family Feud, and we'll do more of this. How about that? How we'll do like an hour of Family Feud and 2 hours of this. Okay, love you, bye! Good night, Johnny. Love you, Steven. Thank you, Rhodey. Bye, Cher. Bye, Laura. Bye, Matt. Congratulations on the wedding, Matt. April Fools.